What if you didn't need a TV in every room? What if you could actually have a portable TV that you could take with you and you can position it wherever you want it, whether you're lying down on a couch, whether you're running on a treadmill, or whether you're just lying down in bed and you want to roll over to your side and see it right over there. And what if you could also get 4K HDR picture with just one TV that actually fills up the frame of view, the whole field of view that you're looking at? That's what I basically have with this setup. This is an iPad Pro mounted on a Levo G2 tablet floor stand. And I'll explain to you what I like about this setup, besides what I just said, how this thing works, what the price point is, and how you might think about that price point as you decide if something like this could make sense for you. So the first thing you'll notice is I was able to roll this out here. So this thing is something that you can easily store in the closet, and then you can just bring it out whenever you want it. It's completely adjustable, starting with the height, so you can get it up quite high. This would be suitable if you're like running on the treadmill and you just want something right in front of your face. You can also swing this out wherever you need it to be, and you can also adjust this in multiple directions. You can spin it around, you can twist it in or out. What's the other direction? I guess you can tilt it up and down, right? So it's easily adjustable, but then once you adjust it, you'll notice that it holds pretty darn firm. And you can also lock the bottom legs. There's 4 little locks on the rollers. So you can lock it into place. Once it is in place, you can easily watch whatever kind of media you want. And when you want to release the iPad, all you do is you would flip this down. And you notice I'm holding onto it with my fingers on the other side. Pretty important. You don't want the iPad just falling straight out, because that can easily happen, right? So when you unlock it, it's going to basically release whatever you're holding onto. But when you want to go back to having it in, you would just put your iPad right here, clamp it down, hold on to the iPad with at least a thumb or something, okay? And then you would just move this up. And it's labeled lock and unlock, so you won't forget which one's which. But I moved it up to lock. And now something you can do just to make sure the iPad is in there is you can actually press on these and press on these. And then when you press, it's basically going to lock into that tightest position. So now you'll see that the iPad is really firmly in place and it's not going to be shaking around. It's also not going to be falling out. So you can trust that that is in good shape. So here's a question, like, what's the price, right? You can see this is very robust. It's a lot more robust than the typical like things that Amazon is going to suggest. Like I've actually had a gooseneck style tablet holder once, and I think I only used it on the day that I got it delivered to me because it was just so wobbly. It didn't look good, and it was just awkward to use, and you couldn't position it well, right? So I'm sure that anyone watching this has probably had an experience buying one of these cheaper things. This thing is currently priced at $240. I bought it 2.5 years ago when it was only $199. But when you think about it, I think that that $40 is just your typical inflation that's occurred in the last 2.5 years. So I think that assessing it at that price point is probably going to look really, really steep for a tablet floor stand. However, if you think of it as a TV replacement, assuming you have a tablet that you're happy to watch, like what's the value of a TV replacement? A good TV is probably at least $1,000 nowadays, plus the mount, plus the effort to mount it, plus maybe a speaker system if you want, or an Apple TV or something you can attach to the back so you can connect it to headphones. So you've got like an investment going just to get a TV mounted in a room. Plus, you have to actually want a TV in your room. We only have one TV in our whole condo because we just didn't want TVs to be the centerpiece of every room. We wanted the rooms to be a little bit more aesthetic. Maybe they have a fireplace or something like that as a centerpiece, but I just didn't foresee having a flat screen in every room. And realistically, the way that we most typically live our life is we spend a lot of time just on our phones, reading, watching YouTube or TikTok or Instagram. So we spend a lot of time on our phones. We actually rarely use this, and we don't use the TV as much as you might think that we ought to, right? Like, so I still think it's weird that when interior designers are planning a home or people are planning a home, so many people just put a TV in every room, because I feel like that's just an outdated way of living. Like, realistically, most of us probably spend a lot of time just on our phones. And sometimes, yes, you do want to watch a movie or TV show, but if you want to watch it, maybe you want to watch it when you're lying down in bed. When you're lying down in bed, do you really want to tilt your neck to be able to see it really well? Or like, if your bed is facing this way and your TV is over here, do you want to be tilting your neck over here? So I think this is also more ergonomic, in addition to saving your wall from having a flat screen mounted on it, and in addition to saving you money relative to buying a TV. So if you factor in all those things, I think that $240 is actually a good deal. But I'm sure it's going to be up to you, and it's up to you and your lifestyle. As I mentioned, you can hide this in a closet. So that is like a really convenient aspect of this. It's the fact that it goes away and you don't have to look at it. Anyway, what do you think? Would you use something like this? Could you see this fitting into your lifestyle? And what do you think of the actual product? Just curious to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments.